What's going on, people? Today we got a super fire game played by yours truly, against a noob that calls himself.
Shadow Wizard Buddy Gang. We love casting spells.
If we get through this matchup with a win, I clinch a top 2 seed, so I'm gonna go all out on this boy. Let's
Legalize nuclear bombs.
Or what I meant to say was analyze his team to get a grasp of his win conditions and his cores. Alright, first I want to talk about his top 3 all as one unit. Great Tusk, Meowscarada, and Slitherwing are all predominantly physical attackers with strong pivoting options. For Great Tusk, he's got Eject Pack. For the other two, they have U-Turn. They all have moves to hit Pyramid for super effective damage. In particular, Meowscarada's Flower Trick always crits, so I can't boost past it. So that could be very scary. Though all three of these Pokemon share weaknesses to Flying and Fairy, so once I tear a Fairy on Pyramid, I should flip the matchups in my favor. Peepers and Showgirl will also do tons of damage with Dazzling Gleam, and in this case I'm going to use Air Slash because I don't want to miss. Or, well, I hope I don't miss. It's 90% instead of 70. I should also note that his Slitherwing is his Terra Captain, so he could change to Pure Bug or Pure Fire, but clearly both of those will lose to Rock-type spam from my Pyramid, so I don't really care. Next, he has some defensive core options with Slowbro, Sableye, Sylveon, and Rotom Frost. Sableye and Frost have Will-O-Wisp, so they can spread a bunch of burns to my team, but my Pyramid can switch in and stop all of that with its Purifying Assault ability. Though I'm worried about potentially a trick choice item to Pyramid, so I'm gonna have to be careful, scout out what items they have. Then there's Slowbro and Sylveon, which are physically and specially defensive Titans, respectively. But while I don't have a strong physical breaker for Slowbro, I can just wear it down with Hazards and Salt Cure Chip, force it to switch around, get the rest of his team low. For both of these Pokemon, I can spam some Choice Specs Sludge Waves from my T800 Mothman. And in fact, once all of his poison resists, which would be like Magneton, Dragalge, and I mean, does Great Tusk really count as a poison resist? Not really. Once all those go down, I can just spam Sludge Wave and win this game pretty easily. But finally, he has a cavalcade of mid-tier offensive Pokemon. Braviary is pretty crap. It's like I don't know what he's gonna do with that. He could use Tailwind to get a little faster with all of his Pokemon. In particular, Great Tusk would love a little bit of a speed boost because a lot of my Pokemon are just faster than Great Tusk, but definitely not faster than a boosted Great Tusk. Although for all of that, he could just run Booster Energy or try to get a Rapid Spin boost. So I highly doubt that Braviary is going to come. Magneton is somewhat respectable for a choice option. It's got just enough speed for Scarf to actually outspeed a couple things. But it's not great. I mean, its Steel type options will hit my Fairies pretty hard, but I have Wisdom, which, as we saw in my game against the Bulking Bloons, absolutely walls Steel Electric coverage, so there's probably not a very high chance he brings Magneton. Finally, there's Dragalge, that spams slow Sludge Bombs and Draco Meteors, but it's pretty easy revenge kill because it's so slow. So I'm not really considering any of these Pokemon to be real threats. And I'm not going to bring my dedicated counters for any of them, so sorry to Agent Wisdom, and Agent Stinker, who, especially defensively, would be absolute beasts against those two Pokemon, and Braviary. Well, who cares about Braviary? Um, in any case, let's get into what my team is. Making his agency debut, T800 Mothman. I'm running a Choice Spec set here, and I'm opting for Choice Specs over Booster Energy because, well, Specs for one gives a little bit more damage than Booster Energy boost. It's 1.5 times instead of 1.3, and also I'm planning to do a lot of switching around with the T800 Mothman, so I'm probably not going to get as much out of a Booster Energy boost as I could. Um, Anyway, I've got Toxic Spikes, just in case I need to set him up. If he doesn't bring Dragalge, he's going to have to switch into his Great Tusk every time to get those Toxic Spikes away. And I have so many Pokemon on my team that would love to be in versus Great Tusk, particularly Peepers and Thigh-Highs. So it's going to, like, Toxic Spikes is going to be great. But otherwise, I can spam Sludge Wave, Flamethrower, and Dazzling Gleam. Dazzling Gleam is probably the best mid-ground option because, like I said, he has his top 3 are all weak to Fairy. If Slitherwing doesn't Terra, and Sableye's weak to Fairy, and Slowbro has no special defense, so they'll all do a lot of damage. I've got just enough speed on the Mothman to outspeed a timid, or probably not timid, a jolly Great Tusk. 301 is a very important speed tier for not just this draft league, but OU in general. So, yeah. Likewise, I believe I have Peepers and the Rock chilling at a 301 speed as well. Same thing. Want to outspeed Great Tusk. The Pyramid has a pretty normal EV spread with max defense, but instead of like an Iron Press set or the Curse Earthquake set, I'm gonna go with Curse Terra Blast. The reason why I'm going Terra Blast is, well, I mean, Earthquake, for one, only hits a couple of his Pokemon really well. Dragalge and Magneton would be the 2, but they're not probably worth running Earthquake for. So instead I'm running Terra Blast so that I can use my boosted Fairy type moves to hit these top 3. And yeah, like the Pyramid's going to be a really good 1v1 Pokemon. I also have weakness policy on it. I would put leftovers, but of course Peepers has to eat the leftovers because it's a fat ass. But you know, that's why we pick it. Anyway, weakness policy is just in case he has some sort of steel type move that does basically nothing to a boosted Pyramid, and I just get extra attack boosts off of it. That's basically it. It's kind of cheesy, but you know, it'll work. It'll be heat. Trust. We've got Peepers, rocking a pretty standard set. I just put full HP for the best wish passing, and then the rest into defense. Not much else to say about it other than it's my rocker. So I'm probably going to see a little bit more utility on Screamtail than usual, I guess. I thought about running Thunderwave, but like at the end of the day, who am I going to click it against? Meowscarada, that might be decent. Slitherwing, that might be decent. But other than those two, who am I really clicking it against? I'd rather just click Dazzling Gleam anyway to get the damage. Now we got Thigh-Highs with the Assault Vest. Pretty much maxed out my defenses, but I have enough speed to outspeed an uninvested Rotom Frost, so I can get a U-turn off before it gets a Blizzard or a Will-O-Wisp off. I've just got pretty much a standard boots type set that you would see here, except I replaced the synthesis for high jump kick. High jump kick is basically to hit Magneton if he brings it, Rotom Frost if it's in KO range, and I guess it stops Meowscarada from switching in, although U-turn does more damage, so, and is a lot more consistent, so that it's not really that much of a consideration. Power Whip is gonna do tons to Slowbro and to Great Tusk, so this is gonna be a really dangerous mon. I don't know if you guys have seen the stats from previous games, but Thigh Highs has been quietly putting in the work for me. Got, I think, 3 kills in each of the last 2 games or something like that. Really ridiculous. Anyway, speaking of people whose performance recently is of note, Showgirl, who notably has not done anything for me in many of these last games. I'm hoping that this is the time that she gets to shine. I've got all the speed that I need to outspeed an offensive, or excuse me, a not max speed Great Tusk. I want to say like it outspeeds one of the Smogon sets that's not max speed. I can't remember which one off the top of my head, but you know, if he's not max speed Great Tusk, I will outspeed. If I'm +1, I'm gonna outspeed Meowscarada, and I'm also faster than an Adamant Braviary, which who cares, and I speed tie Magneton. I don't really care too much about speed tying Magneton. I'd rather have more defense than like guarantee this outspeed on Magneton, because I don't know, she's not bringing it. So I do have maximum defense, which is in fact the most optimal defense, or like defense HP split for Showgirl. I don't know why, but I don't know. I guess it's pretty simple that it worked out that way. Notably, I have Air Slash instead of Quiver Dance, because once I'm +1, I'm gonna knock out an offensive Great Tusk. I'm gonna knock out Meowscarada. I mean, I don't even need the boost to knock out what's it called, the Slitherwing. So yeah, just Air Slash just seemed better to me. Hurricane, yeah, I could throw it off while I'm unboosted, but I don't want to miss. So Air Slash has higher accuracy. I'm just gonna go for that. And then the last slot, I was thinking about Skunk Tank or Stinker, especially defensive variant. It can set up its own toxic spikes, and it would be a great switch in for a potential Dragalge. It could do decently against Meowscarada since it resists grass type moves, but I kind of decided I was going to go with the Rock again. Why? Well, I want the Intimidate to stop not Meowscarada, because of Flower Trick goes through Intimidate, but basically to stop Great Tusk. If it was a bulk up set, I wanted to get in, keep it low, and then pivot to probably Peepers to threaten it out with Dazzling Gleam spam. It'll also be good against Slitherwing. I believe fighting Resist Bug, if I'm not like smoking crack here. So I can stop a first impression from doing too much. And then I've got Chesto Resto on it because, you know, if I get low or if I get burned, I want to rest it off, and then I'll be very threatening, especially if I can get some bulk ups off. Close Combat and Earthquake. Well, Close Combat, obviously I want the stab, and it's just hits a lot of his Pokemon really well. And Earthquake is just so I have something to hit potential Dragalge, a potential, well, not really Magneton, I would just Close Combat. It gives me my best damage against Slowbro, though, so that's basically it. Could have went for Trailblaze, but it's kind of cheesy. Not really worth it. When Earthquake does just the same damage, and a lot less to a potential Dragalge if he brings it. In any case, that's the team. I'm gonna goob this guy, secure my top 2 seed. All right, now we're here into the battle. I was talking a lot of mess about some of these low tier Pokemon on his team, but maybe I should have respected the Dragalge a little bit more. I didn't realize that he'd brought it to basically every game since he drafted it, and it has been one of the most consistent kill Pokemon on his team. I don't know. I just think for me, it doesn't really vibe with my playstyle, so I didn't really give it a lot of credit, but he brought it here. We'll see how it does. In any case, this is more or less what I was expecting. I mean, Dragalge, I didn't know if he'd bring that, and Sableye, I thought he might bring Sylveon instead if I was gonna bet on it. But there you go. He does have Sableye. You know what? Actually, I probably thought instead of Sableye Dragalge, he would have won Sylveon Rotom Frost. That's probably what I would have done. But like these aren't the worst. I mean, he didn't bring Magneton, which that would have been not that great. In any case, let's get into the battle here. I believe that I go for Peepers first. Yes, that's right. And I forgot to put my nicknames on during the battle. I don't know what I'm doing with myself, but he goes straight into Dragalge first play. So I guess he probably knew I was gonna go Screamtail first. I don't know. If I went to Garg first, that would have been really bad for him because Rock resists poison. Ground, I believe, does not actually resist poison, so Great Tusk really isn't a ground or poison switch in for my case, but anyway, that doesn't really matter. I protect just to see what he's going to go for. He Sludge Bombs, so that tells me he's probably Specs. So I'm going to switch right out to Pyramid here. And he goes straight to Slitherwing. He's going to Terra Fire right in front of my Pyramid. I don't know why. I mean, it's better than Terra Bug, that's for sure, but I don't know why go Terra Fire. If I Salt Cure, I'm just going to do more damage. And he Earthquakes for literally 0, and Salt Cure does double the damage it would have. Goes hard to Dragalge, and I just Salt Cure that. Get some chip. If I had Protect, I probably would have went for it there to just get more damage and also to see what he was going for, because I switch hard to Iron Moth here, thinking that he's going to go for a Sludge Bomb. He can't really afford to go for Draco. If he did go for Draco, he would have got the kill on my Moth, but I would have been able to go back to Garg and start either setting up or spamming Salt Cure to chip his team down. But it's probably for the best that he went for Sludge Bomb and I lived that. He's going to get chipped down there. I go for Dazzling Gleam and don't do nearly enough. It would have been nice, I guess, if I went for Sludge Wave, but I needed to get all my damage against Dragalge that I possibly could, and I wasn't going to 2-hit KO it even from 60 with the 2 moves that I have that it resists, so I needed to click Dazzling Gleam. In any case, I'm going to go to the Rock here to take not that much damage, except he totally gets a crit on me, and it matters quite a bit because I'm really low. He goes into his Piss Goblin, which is an interesting name for a Sableye. And he clicks Sunny Day. I thought he was going to go for a Willow here, so I was like, oh, this is a free rest. But yeah, he clicks Sunny Day. I still think rest is good here. I I don't know what Sunny Day is really for. Yeah, it helps out Great Tusk, but I mean, Slitherwing definitely was the Sun Sweeper on this team. And well, it's dead. I mean, it's not the worst to go for Sunny Day. Maybe Great Tusk will do something for you, but yeah, I go straight to Iron Moth here because I figure, well, now he can Will-O-Wisp, and anything else that he does is probably not that bad. I live a knockoff, so I'll be fine. I go for Sludge Wave here, predicting him to switch into Great Tusk or Slowbro. But he stays in. If I'd clicked Flamethrower, I would have killed, and I would have kept my specs, and I would have kept my health. But yeah, he just goes ahead and recovers up very greedily, thinking that I'm gonna Sludge Wave again. But I'm like, nope, I'm gonna click the Flamethrower. If he went to Dragalge, fair play, but I would have got some chip on it. So doesn't matter. He goes to Meowscarada here, which is faster than me, so I'm gonna have to switch out. I switch to Showgirl. I get taunted, which is not nice, and I'm gonna start air slashing, and I miss my air slash here, which is pretty big because that would have done it would have done to this set, which I believe is max HP, max attack. Could have been, because he's not going for like a speed boost. I want to say that that's probably his set. It would have done like well over 50, which means that I'd be threatening a KO, and he would not be able to stay in. Hurricane, if I had that instead, it would have been 50% accurate in the sun. But I guess it doesn't matter. If you miss, you miss. So, I mentioned a Jetpack as a form of pivoting for Great Tusk because I had seen him do it against the Grafted Grafai's in a game that he could have won, but he choked. I did not expect him to have it here on this set. I thought he was going to be like either bulk up or banded or I don't know. But I went to the Rock here simply because I just wanted to get the Intimidate off on him, and I would live pretty much any hit he would ghost for. But it's hilarious that he had a Jetpack on, and I forced the switch out here. I'm gonna switch into Serena, which gives me the best position. It's really a bad spot for him because if I U-turn here, I'm gonna kill Meowscarada. If I Power Whip, I'm gonna do a lot of damage to whatever comes in. And I do go for the U-turn, bringing Meowscarada down to its sash. I get a Screen Tail here because I know that the Future Sight is incoming, and this is gonna be my best mon to take it on. He goes for Leaf Storm, which reveals to me that he was probably the lead set. Which means that he would have done like a little bit of damage. I think if he was completely maxed on his special attack, it would have done like 60 maximum, which probably didn't matter because I live Great Tusk still from like 60%, and I can also protect spam it out. Slowbro clearly doesn't do anything, and Dragalge, chip didn't matter, it would have killed me anyway. So, but even still, that's justice for me missing my air slash. Future Sight does a pitiful 15. So in comes the Dragalge, and I'm like, okay, I'm up 6-3 right here. Can I preserve a 6-0? And then my face dropped, my chin hit the floor because I was looking through all my calcs and I was like, oh crap, Specs Sludge Bomb kills literally everything on my team, and I thought to myself, oh man, am I goobed? But then I looked at it again and I was like, well, I'm up 6-3, so it's time to start sacking. I'm gonna protect here just to get some HP back, also to check if he's gonna go for a thrower Draco Meteor. Draco Meteor would be the worst possible play he could have went for there, because I would just stay in and get my chip, and he'd be forced to switch out, and he would lose the game very, very soundly. But instead, I'm gonna sack the rock here. It was a good run. Then I'm gonna go to the T800 because I'm fast and I get a nice kill. Maybe? No, I don't. Dragalge's pretty bulky, all things considered. But I am faster and I get my attack off, so I'll go for it. And then it knocks me out here. Then I'll go to Pom Pom and hit my Air Slash and die. I went to Pom Pom there because I was like, well, I can't miss a second Air Slash. Cope. And also, if I go for Air Slash, I have a chance to flinch, which means that I won't have to sack anything else. But it gets me enough damage for Serena to pick up a KO. If I missed, I would have went to Serena to hopefully hit a high jump kick, which puts it in range to die to Screamtail's Dazzling Gleam, and then these two would 2v2 his last two. If I missed Air Slash and I missed this, then I would have to pray that well, yeah, I don't know. I would have probably lost, but come on, the chances of missing both of those would be absolutely insane. And this is in before the leader of the Grafted Graffi Eyes comes into my YouTube chat and says, well, actually, I missed that many gunk shots. Yeah, but gunk shots 85% accurate. I mean, my moves are 90% accurate. I'm just gonna set up rocks on turn 25. Not even close to turn 17, but pretty late rocks. It just to guarantee a kill on Dragalge since that switched out. And he's gonna stay in with his Slowbro, and I'm gonna stay in with my Screamtail, and we're gonna have probably the most engaging 1v1 of the entire league here. Except I'm gonna switch to Serena because I'm not down for all that. Serena is going to guarantee me a kill with Power Whip here. Well, maybe not. Slowbro might live it. He goes for Slack Off, which doesn't really matter. If I were him, I probably would have just got the chip. He's going to sack Slowbro here. He's going to go to Great Tusk. He Rapid Spins. Pretty good for him, but I'm going to Power Whip and take out 58 of his 58%. He's going to Headlong Rush, which has a chance to kill me on the next turn if I miss, but I don't miss. I never miss. When have I ever missed? Come on, guys. And then I Rapid Spin to get the KO there, and Serena pretty much sweeps it up. Had I missed here, and he, let's say he got the roll to kill with Headlong Rush, like he literally won the lottery, Screamtail definitely still lives a hit and definitely kills with Dazzling Gleam. It's still faster than Dragalge, so I don't care that the rocks are gone. Yeah, Dragalge's done. As long as I had a Pokemon faster than Dragalge at this point, I would have been fine. So if I would have had to sack both Serena and Screamtail to lose this game. So yeah, that's pretty much the way the cookie crumbles. This was a pretty decently played game by the Shadow Wizard Money Gang. I'm definitely not mad at that at all. He neutralized my T800. And I didn't respect the Dragalge, so I lost 3 Pokemon to it. However, the rest of his team, like, I had it completely scouted. It was super duper easy to outplay his top 3. So, yeah. If I had any notes for him, I probably wouldn't have sacked Slitherwing so early. I would have tried to get something going with like a Sunny Day Slitherwing. That first impression would hit really hard. Even my resisted Pokemon like the Rock would have taken probably 50%. for it. So, um, yeah, I don't know. Could have maybe could have done something different, but I don't know. I think this was pretty much lost on Team Builder because his top 3 Pokemon are so trash. Um, anyway, next week I have probably the toughest matchup of the entire draft league for me. With the Anne Orlando Azus. Both of us are undefeated going into the second to last week of the season. If I was the person who set the schedule, I would have put us at the last week of the season to just really, really turn up the heat. But that's just the way it is. Some things will never change. Sorry, that's a reference to some rock song that most people probably don't know. Anyway, we will come back next time to discuss all the other garbage games that were played during this period.